Another thing I want to talk about is how we as JustServe specialists represent JustServe and ourselves in the community. So as you know, we all serve on communication councils, and the main purpose of communication councils is to represent the church in the community, build understanding of the church in the community, and build relationships on behalf of the church. But we as JustServe specialists have a unique role because we're actually leading and implementing a humanitarian program that the church offers to the community. So our roles in the community are a little bit different. Our goals are different. The mission of JustServe is to spread hope and goodness and unity through volunteerism. So we're working to bring organizations and volunteers, which include members of the church, but also volunteers everywhere else. We're working to bring them together to take care of our neighbors in need and to build stronger communities. So when we go out in the community, we go out as JustServe specialists representing JustServe, this humanitarian program offered by the church to the community. But we're not explicitly representing the church. We leave that to communication directors and other communication specialists. Now, when we do go out in the community and visit an organization and introduce JustServe, we always let them know that JustServe is sponsored by the church. It's important for people to understand that. But we don't use the name of the church on our business cards or in our email signatures, and we use community-friendly titles and language. We avoid church jargon, which people don't really understand. Now, representing ourselves in this way creates a necessary bit of separation between JustServe and the church that allows us to work in the community in a more neutral way, and also to share JustServe as the wonderful resource that it is. That separation helps everyone in the community feel like JustServe is something for them, that they can use it, that it's going to work for them, and it's something that they can be a part of, and that it's not just something for members of the church to use. So that bit of separation also allows us to do some things in the community that we would likely not be able to do if we were expressly trying to represent the church and its interests. Things we're able to do because we're just operating in the community in a different way. So for example, we support and honor cities in their efforts to involve their residents in service. We help organize JustServe clubs to involve more youth in service. We make connections with groups that may not want to engage directly with the church, but are willing to engage in JustServe because it's about community service. And sometimes we work with like-minded organizations that also want to have a good community impact. So, for example, one of our JustServe specialists here in Arizona began meeting with the service committee of the Arizona Interfaith Movement. Now, she was acting as a JustServe specialist representing JustServe, not as an interfaith specialist representing the church. And while serving on this committee, she introduced JustServe to the committee and helped them find meaningful service opportunities for the member churches. And in time, the Arizona Interfaith Movement adopted JustServe as its volunteer platform, and also adopted the 3 national service days that JustServe gets behind. So that was a really cool thing that happened. Also, for JustServe specialists, by virtue of our eyes and ears in the community, we can learn of needs and, when appropriate, help bring in other church resources. And because we've already let organizations know that the church sponsors JustServe, we can let them know of our connections to these resources. And for example, we can introduce mission service specialists to help bring in missionaries to help serve. We can connect organizations to our welfare and self-reliance managers, who might be able to bring in church welfare and humanitarian resources. And in some cases, we can work directly with church leaders to encourage members to help meet an immediate need. So, for example, here in Arizona, one of our rural communities was really hit hard by flash flooding, and they really were in dire need of assistance. And one of our coordinating council JustServe specialists reached out to an organization that she already had a relationship with that was serving this community. And she learned about the needs and was quickly able to post those needs for water and cleaning supplies and other things on JustServe. But she also reached out to church leaders in her coordinating council to spread the word about the needs. And within 24 hours, members organized to collect and deliver vital supplies to this organization, which in turn provided them to the impacted community. Now, while JustServe specialists are typically the primary relationship holders with charitable organizations, it is often appropriate to introduce communication directors to organizations, particularly to those that receive humanitarian aid from the church or have a large, community impact or are a big faith-based community partner, and just where there could be a clear benefit for the church and the organization to have that direct relationship. And that's something to just discuss with communication directors. Also, JustServe specialists should be the voice and face of JustServe in the community. For example, in speaking to the media about JustServe, in receiving an award for JustServe, or giving out an award from JustServe, in working with JustServe clubs, and just in general promoting JustServe at fairs or conferences and parades and so on. That doesn't mean that communication directors can't talk about JustServe and share it with their contacts, but they can and they should, but in general, JustServe specialists take the lead in representing and speaking for JustServe. So as you go out into the community, you just have to navigate these nuances of representation. JustServe is obviously anchored in the church. We are all serving in callings extended to us by priesthood leaders who provide guidance and support to our efforts. But we are also a community integrated program of the church with an invitation for everyone to join us. So we want JustServe to grow and thrive in the community and to involve more people and to continue to spread hope and goodness and unity in the world. So we always want to represent ourselves in a way that helps all this move forward. So just keep all this in mind as you go out into the community.